Welcome, wonderful people of SpeedGaming, to a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer main tournament bracket stage, round 1. Our matchup tonight is between dazedcloud and zerorush. My name is Lucian Greeth. I am joined here in the booth tonight with Sorcerer Finch. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing A-okay. How are you doing today, Lucian?
I am doing great. I've had a nap, I've had some coffee, I am wide awake.
All right, good to hear, good to hear. And I hope our runners have done that as well, because we've got a tournament key sanity on our hands tonight.
Yes, and always important especially during any game, but especially during keys. Our tracker tonight is Lopoi, who will be keeping track of all those fancy keys for us. So, Finch, for people who might not know, what's the difference between tournament keys and regular keys?
Sure. So, in no matter which version of keys, we're going to have all of our maps, compasses, and keys shuffled throughout Hyrule. However, in tournament keys, we are going to also have the Castle Tower keys locked within Castle Tower. Those are going to be vanilla. And then we're also going to have the GT big key locked within Ganon's Tower. So we will still be able to choose a number between 1 and 22 instead of some number between 1 and 200 and something.
Also, I don't know whose audio we're picking up, but Twilight Princess is a top-notch soundtrack to pick. My hat's off to them.
It really is. We're listening from dazedcloud side.
Anyway, a little bit of background on these two. This is their first matchup here in the bracket stage, so no elimination game on the line yet. But these two have fought through a pretty competitive group stage to get to where they are now. One second, pull that up. So zerorush won second in his group, qualifying alongside Jon Snow, and also taking down two very good razors with Ninban and Hyruler. Three very good runners who zerorush has prevailed against. And then on dazedcloud's side, he won his group versus Red Kitsune, who also qualified, and then eliminating Ace Zero and Dataplet. So, yeah, we're down to the brackets. This is where the meat of the competition is.
Right. Everyone at this point, everyone is a good runner from here. We're going to be seeing a lot of good routing. We're going to see some good boss fights. We're going to be seeing a lot of skill here tonight.
Yeah, you make it to the bracket stage of main tournament, you are pretty dang good at this game.
All right, and zerorush having a slight lead. And yeah, how about that hammer early on? My apologies, I've been working on getting some things set up, but at least we've got a good early hammer. We got good tempered sword damage. That'll be nice.
And see, like, I'm a habitual uncle router to start, and so this is exactly why I uncle route. You pick up a weapon, you've got free reign to go into Hyrule Castle, and never mind what you can pick up there.
Right, and you're going to be able to get a good number of items as well. You're probably going to be breaking logic. Oh, look, it's the big key for this dungeon. I guess this is another dungeon where the big key is on this guard, but that's the case with regular key sanity as well.
And dazedcloud not leaving the chance. Go and retreat and pick up that pot.
Yeah, I like that call. It might cost a little bit of time, but it's way better than isolating that, even if it's just for the map.
And then we also, while I was doing the intros, they also picked up the ever-elusive Swamp Small Key.
Yeah, that's going to be really helpful to find, and that's not a bad tree pull for that small magic. Wouldn't mind to find bombs sometime soon.
Oh, ask and ye shall receive.
And meanwhile, dazedcloud actually also farming for some bombs. from these bushes. There are 2 bushes where it's a 50-50 chance. And I had missed, but it does look like there's a small key on Lumberjack Ledge.
Excellent. So that's gonna be in the back of both our players. Well, Zero Rush is the only one who has the knowledge, but that's definitely gonna be in the back of his mind because it could be an unimportant key, like say Skull Wood Small, but it could also be Desert Palace Small or something to that effect.
Yeah, there are a lot of questions still to answer in the seed, including, well, what medallion might we need? There's Ether solved for us, but we don't even know if we need Misery Mire and Turtle Rock. And unfortunately for Dazed Cloud routing, that shovel can be turned in right where Dazed Cloud had been. But I do like this route from Dazed Cloud if you didn't know that the bombs were getting dropped by the crabs, because you can farm up a couple bombs, you can go into this house right here to get a couple more, and save your money instead of having to buy from the vendor.
Yeah, not a stop you see too often outside of Cross Keys games, so that's a nice little bit of heads-up knowledge.
All right, and there's one of those important pod small keys. Even if pod is a pendant, there's still a lot of items in Palace of Darkness there. So depending on how many of those keys we find, that might be kind of on our runners' minds as we continue through the game, especially in the early part.
I think there are up to 14 checks in pod.
I believe so, and also if we find the compass, we're going to get confirmation of that, because having the compass does let you see how many chests you have opened out of the available chests. And if we were doing MC Boss Shuffle, we would also see who the boss is for that dungeon. Map of Skull Woods, key to Mire, and a bottle with a fairy on it. So we'll have to take care not to try to do an intentional death warp, but that does open up another check in Kakarika Village. And I think the vendor had a little bit better of a deal on bombs.
And we've got plenty of seed ahead of us, but the early play has really favored Zero Rush's routing so far.
Yeah, but also this is very early game as well. We are 7 minutes in. We just got a hook shot. Okay, so that early bottle gets you good. You can travel around a lot quicker within Hyrule now, even without that. Even without the boots, hookshot can be very useful, especially as we think towards doing a South Shore check.
I guess Sick Kid's too sick to carry on his grappling hook gun.
Yep, and seeing that green goo over on the library ledge, we're not going to be getting that, but not too bad. I mean, it's not bad, but we're not going to get it probably.
Yeah, they're definitely you'd have to really be hurting to come back for that, especially on the skill level these two are at.
All right, and Zero Rush did opt to get that heart container, which, especially early on, you've got green mail. There's a huge quality of life difference between 4 hearts and 5 hearts, especially if we start finding Dark World access. Just Cloud saying no thank you to that 20 rupee count. And there's the news that could have had some bombs a little bit earlier. Dig spot just being 5 rupees though, so we'll see where Zero Rush goes to after this.
Looks like we're going South Shore.
And yeah, at this point, this is the densest location in the game, and that's a nice stun prize item right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and we're gonna see very nice clip there from Zero Rush. While you're pushing a block, the block technically doesn't exist, and you can still take actions while you're pushing the block, so you can actually hook shot, open the chest, and walk away all in one go.
And there's our opening sword. Now, is that Excalibur? Does that count as a sword from the lake?
You know, I think that counts. You know, it might be a man-made lake, but hey, we'll take it. I don't remember any qualifiers in Arthurian legend.
Swords distributed by watery torch are no means for, or basis for a means of government.
Good Monty Python references, and yeah, hookshot taking care of those mini moldorms. Ooh, okay, so we have a sword and a cape at this point. So,
oh boy,
we are just a lamp, and we are just a lamp away from Aga access, and I don't know. We will need to find the Moon Pearl pretty soon, as well, unless it's on Pyramid Ledge, I suppose.
dazedcloud's going for the spicy play of checking the Gina, while Zero Rush is also making a spicy play to Fake Flipper.
Right. While dazedcloud is in logic, it doesn't feel great just because it's only one item you can get and one item you can scout for. It does take a while. However, this will allow dazedcloud to probably have an easier time routing in Mini Moldorm, and just $20 there. So.
I believe Rusta Fuzzy in chat has given me the correct version of the quote I was going for.
So we'll see where dazedcloud goes from here. A couple things we have not yet checked. We have not yet. Oh, dazedcloud is going to go ahead and do Houlihan from here. I do like that play. Try to build up Zora money. See if you can get, if you can farm up enough money for that. Meanwhile, Zero Rush going for the Hobo to Ice Rod Cave play. And yeah, around these crabs, this is where picking up those early heart containers really helps. Just each of those crabs do 2 damage to you right now, so doesn't feel good.
Oh, Match Sword. Now, another Aga sign.
Yep. So we've got two ways to access Aghanim, either through that Master Sword or the Fighter Sword plus the Cape. So Zero Rush is going to go ahead and check out the eastern area, though. It kind of looked like at first they were going to go check what was on Floating Island. I don't think they had swam that way to check it initially, but...
If I believe I'm right in saying that, I think this is pretty much, depending on what Zero Rush finds here, this is pretty much his last stop.
All right, and Sassarola giving us some information. We have a green pendant mire today. Oh, and a big key of Eastern. That's convenient.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Eastern has, because as of right now, I don't think anything else is in Logic besides Gina, but we know what Gina has. So I think one way or another, Zero Rush is going to find something here.
Right. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Do we find a glove or do we find the lamp?
I feel like we're more likely to get Aga access out of this, because you still need a glove and Moon Pearl for Dark World access. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there's a lamp. So we got Aga access. Now, there are still a couple items in here, especially considering all the keys, maps, and compasses shuffled. So we're going to have a couple checks in here. And with the big key, we're going to be clearing out everything until we can go no further.
Exactly. You're already here. You don't leave it the chance, because what if your Dark World access is here?
Right. And especially since right now that lamp opens up Dark Cross. So that lamp opens up Dark Cross. And also the rest of Eastern. But yeah, Moon Pearl, the only place that it could be in Dark World right now is Pyramid Ledge.
There's Pearl. Oh, ooh, boy.
All right, and with that, Aghanim is fully in logic. I guess Aghanim was fully in logic before, but now... Ooh. All right, we find a big key of Ice Palace. We've got one more check in here. One more out. Now, something that could be spicy is if dazedcloud does raise enough money for Zora, and Zora happens to have a glove. There was actually a case just the other day where there was an out-of-logic hammer on Zora Ledge. The flippers were buried in mire somewhere, and one racer...
Oh, fetch quest.
You love to see it in chat.
Yeah, I think Zero Rush is aiming for Aga. Like, oh no, he's going for the flipper turn in on the fake flipper, or the mushroom turn in on the fake flipper.
I like it, and it's a lot quicker to do this route versus walking all the way up there. You don't have a flute yet, so yeah, I like this. I like this route for it, and you only need one item to be able to avoid Aghanim.
Like the dazedcloud's strategy for that room.
Yep, sword beams. Sword beams will do just fine. Takes a little bit of time, but sword beams are pretty quick. Moment of truth. And the will they, won't they continues.
The seed that keeps on giving so far.
Yep, and in the meantime, it's going to get a little bit tougher for Zero Rush to do. I believe there are still a couple ways to do Houlihan, even though you've got flippers, but actually, you might not be able to without the glove. So the mushroom gives us the flippers. This is going to be kind of rough to route for Zero at this point. Going to go ahead and do desert area and then check the water checks. Zero already did one of them, however. So it's going to be a little bit quicker of a route, but we are going to see Desert Ledge.
It's a vanilla piece of heart. Meanwhile, dazedcloud has similar ideas.
And dazedcloud is in a better position rupee-wise, but 80 is still a good amount short, especially since we haven't been seeing a whole lot of money yet.
I say you go back to the bottle vendor and ask for a refund.
Yeah, I mean, that was an entire... Okay, and dazedcloud dropping the fairy there.
Oh.
All right, so it appears that neither of our racers will be doing... Yep, you don't have the glove.
God, who doesn't love a convoluted light world?
So that is going to make things interesting. Now, oh, well, blue armor's nice. But yeah, that's going to make things a little bit harder to get Zora money. Or do you just go ahead and skip Zora and go ahead and do Aghanim? Oh! Oh no! Well, there's the money.
I'm a little confused by Zora's game plan here. Just like hide the money necessary to pay him like 5 feet away from him.
Oh my goodness. Oh, talk about timing. And that's also, so that helps zerorush, it helps out dazedcloud. They're both going to have Zora money. It's not going to feel great like having to do this loop twice.
Yeah,
But
imagine having to do 1.5 revolutions around Zora.
without boots. But that is going to be good. Both racers will be able to get the Zora item. That really is kind of good for both. And this is also, unless it leads to another fetch quest, this is going to tell us if we need to do Aghanim or not.
I'm ready for this to be an anticlimax.
Ready for this to be a red rupee?
I'm ready for some life lessons.
All right, getting a little bit stuck on that ledge right there, and the answer.
Oh.
And sure, might as well pick it up. We have an Agassiz today. Well, okay, except for Dark Cross.
Yeah, I said go do Dark Cross, take a Death Warp, or run the item, whichever.
Yeah. But that has been one of the sort of interesting things about this seed so far. Just, you know, you think you have an answer, but wait, no, there's another route, there's another route, there's another route. And meanwhile, good luck routing this all in. And the good thing about, even if they do Aghanim, they're still going to have plenty of checks to make, even if those checks do include Hype Cave.
Yeah, I'm just to drag this out just a little bit further. Have Dark Cross be a vanilla Hyrule Castle small.
And okay, at least it wasn't a full heart refill for zerorush. And that is the Death Warp. We do have an Agassiz confirmed. Our gloves are going to be somewhere in the Dark World or locked behind something in the Dark World.
Yeah, we've got the hookshot and flippers, so pretty much all Dark World will be available to us from get-go.
All right, and zerorush begins that climb. It's going to be also interesting. I mean, the good news is you do have Hammer, which does tempered sword damage. Luring the guards over here to get some sword spins, or sword spin, rather, singular sword spin. Oh, and hey, what are the odds? This is a small key to this dungeon.
I will avoid the obvious memes. And if you're the players, you're thinking, like, that entire chain of events, you're just thinking, like, God, what a giant waste of time.
Right. Oh. And if you're just joining in and not sure what's going on, we do have a key sanity erase. So basically, dazedcloud, zerorush are looking for all 7 crystals that we need to defeat Ganon. However, to do that, we need to go to the Dark World, and the only path to the Dark World is through Castle Tower. And this is a long dungeon that you don't want to have to do.
No, nobody wants to do Castle Tower, especially in tournament keys where the keys are vanilla. So, at least in regular key sanity, you might, you have the extra wrinkle of the castle small keys not being in vanilla locations, but here, no luck.
Right. So unless you have to do it, if you have to do it, then it's kind of nice. At least you know where they are. But it is also nice when you get the Dark World Access Hammer in the maze where dazedcloud is right now. And zerorush has to be a little cautious because took damage from the guard, fell down to 1 heart. Gets through all right though.
It does have blue mail, so I think he can take, what, 2 blue balls before dying?
That sounds about right. And, oh no, Zelda just got transported to the Dark World, and Aghanim disappears forever. Oh wait. How many blue balls do you think we'll see today?
This scene feels like it's being a jerk, so 20.
I'll say 6. Oh, and there's 1. Yeah, we've definitely had some rough agate seeds so far in this tournament, including, I think I saw a 10 the other day, when the max is 15 and the average is, what, 3? 2.5?
I could not answer that. I like how Aga just takes a hook shot to the face like a champ.
Right. We are at 4 blue balls so far.
Yeah, Aga sees your hook shot, is like, I don't care.
And 4 is going to be the answer. All right.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
All right, so that does take us to the Dark World on zerorush's side. Go ahead.
I'm trying to think of how deep we're gonna see a pair of gloves.
Oh, that's a good point. Like, item-wise, it kind of feels like they will be in pod. I do like this route from zerorush because you can go ahead and do North Hyrule. This does isolate Catfish, however, and Catfish never has anything unless Catfish has something. Definitely one of those item locations.
Yeah, it's always Schrodinger's check.
And a good point. We are just a mirror away from Swamp Palace. And I've seen a race where the first logical glove was in the Swamp Palace big chest.
That sounds like a good time.
It was an adventure. And zerorush is going to go ahead and rush into Skull Woods. Now, I believe zerorush already did get the map, so we're going to see right in the upper left-hand corner. This is going to be a crystal.
I guess we'll know if Swamp is when we get to it. dazedcloud, meanwhile, taking that hammer south to Hype Cave, South Dark World checks.
I kind of like this as well. dazedcloud will have a couple opportunities to get a little bit more money. Does need 70 rupees to do the dig game. And yeah, with neither racer having money for pod, I'm glad that they both remembered. And that was a standard Hype Cave right there. But you know, you get another bottle with a fairy, so not too bad.
The one time pod doesn't have like a spare red rupee, or Hype Cave doesn't have a spare red rupee.
Right. And we are going to get some more info from dazedcloud. All right, so not only are Eastern and Skull Woods crystals, they are also our 5/6 crystals. So that's good info to have.
And good move by zerorush, not going into the back of the front side of the pod. Because it's very easy to just, unless you get real lucky with the key draw there, you're going to get locked in.
All right, we get some literacy over on dazedcloud side with that book. And yeah, the book and the Desert Palace Big Key. That's a fun combination.
Oh, we're getting some inverted strats here.
All right. And of course, great music for it. Well, 106, you're all right.
Yeah, Twilight Princess. I mean, not that any Zelda game has a bad soundtrack, but they really just started like just nailing it game after game after Ocarina.
And at this point, dazedcloud is just trying to dig up a couple red rupees right now. Just try to make back some of that money lost. Because you're not going to care about that compass.
Yeah, outside of that one 300, this has been a pretty poor seed so far, money-wise.
Right. Also, there's the Hyrule Castle small key and a small key to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, depending on how deep Ganon's Tower Big Key is, that could be... I don't know the exact key logic in Key Sanity Ganon's Tower, but...
Actually, yeah, it's an interesting point. We can't do escape right now. We either need a mirror or we need we need a glove.
Well, we got the Hyrule Castle small key. We could take the long way around to back of escape.
We have the portal though.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that there's a way to bypass that portal that I don't know about, but
I think you have to take the Uncle passage.
ooh, so a very, very long drop down for. I mean, 4 items isn't too bad, but. Okay, and chat confirming there are a couple routes for that. zerorush getting the compass to Meyer, which is our green pendant tonight.
Yeah, so we've done these Village of Outcasts, South Dark World. There's I think the pod is the answer. That or the inside of the beginning of Skull Woods.
Skull Woods, And Zero Rush does have exactly enough money right now to be able to enter Pod. So actually, this route's going to work out really nicely for Zero Rush.
Oh, well, you know what? We got desert access now, too.
Yep, we've got desert. We've got... Yeah, this is going to be... I'm really curious. I don't know. Where do you think that progression will end up being?
I feel like Pod, 2 keys, if you play it right, gives you access to quite a bit. Although no bow, so you will do that front door unlock, possibly, depending on how they play it. Well, we got a little bit of breaking the action. Chat's discussing their least favorite Zelda game. What's yours?
So, I do have a confession to make, and also Pod and Turtle Rock are both crystals. The first Zelda game that I played was in 2016.
Oh wow, late bloomer.
Yep. Yeah. And I enjoyed it immensely. I really enjoyed. God, I can't remember the name. The one where it's the water.
Phantom Hourglass?
Wind Waker. There we go. Wind Waker.
Okay.
Yeah, Wind Waker was great. Zelda 1, I just got lost a lot, but it was pretty fun. Especially once you get that sense of accomplishment. Getting that sense of accomplishment, I did enjoy the game. Zelda 2 was a different story.
Yeah, Zelda 2 has always been, and like a lot of people like to give Zelda 2 a lot of flack. Like it's like I get it, at the same time, like you're trying new things.
Right, and honestly, it still feels okay because it tried new things, and I mean, especially a lot of video games in that era just tried new things for the second game. I mean, take a look at Mario and Doki Doki Panic, or as Doki Doki Panic.
Or Castlevania 2 was like the foundation for what will go on to be like the later Castlevania games, like Symphony of the Night and etc. But meanwhile, we've been kind of talking about gaming history. Zero Rush has entered Desert Palace. He'll have 2 checks.
Yeah, and yep. So let's talk about some Zelda present, and we're gonna go ahead and scout what is on the torch here.
For the record, I won't get much into it. My least favorite Zelda game I would probably cast as Phantom Hourglass. It cramped my hands.
That's fair because that's the one on the 3DS, right? With the Ocean King and the time dungeon.
Yeah, that's the one. All styles controlled. It cramped my hands. I liked the story they told. It's just the gameplay. It physically hurt. Are we getting some key stealing? Oh no, we can't steal the key because we can't get to the key. Zero Rush is making his frustrations known.
Yeah. Meanwhile, dazedcloud found a fire rod.
In Thieves Town? I thought Zero Rush did Thieves Town.
And I think if someone could help us out, if we're that in Skullwoods, okay, fire rod and bombos in Skullwoods. Thank you very much.
Yep, Zero Rush avoided the lockout.
Right, so and Zero Rush is going towards Pod.
So that fire rod would put Mothula in logic, which not super attractive Mothula setup, but definitely can do a lot worse. Well, Seven Hearts Blue Mail. It's not terrible. It'll be eight Master Sword slashes.
That is correct. So, yeah, it's not too bad. It'll just depend on the patterns a little bit.
Yeah, I'm here talking about Malthula in theory, whereas Malthula in practice is always a different beast.
Right.
Like, in theory, 4-heart Mothula is doable, but, you know.
Theory is a funny word. dazedcloud going ahead. A couple minutes behind Zero Rush for this, and there's a flute.
That is our full Death Mountain access, at least on the Light World side.
That's an excellent point, and yeah, with Death Mountain available, that's looking like a good option at this point.
We should do like a podcast episode on theoretical Mothula scenarios.
I think the best Moth scenario is when Moth is in someplace like Ice Palace.
The best case Moth scenario is literally anywhere but Skullwoods.
Pretty much, yeah. All right, we did get the big key of Skullwoods in Pod as well.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how much of a hurry dazedcloud is to get back to Skullwoods. It is a crystal, so a red crystal at that.
All right, Zero Rush setting up for a hammer yump right here to be able to clip through that railing right there. Actually, very nice setup.
Yeah, that is a bread and butter glitch for key modes.
All right, and dropping off the fairy right there so that Zero Rush trying to intentionally take a death warp.
Yeah, and Katangos are great at hitting you when you don't want them to, and they're also great at avoiding you when you don't want to get hit by them, or when you do want to get hit by them.
They do be like that. But was that Zero's last bottle? Because it looks like Zero might be trying to do the bottle glitch here, and indeed going back upstairs.
That's good awareness. I think that... Ooh, tempered.
Yeah, we'll take that tempered sword, but it looks like that is all that we can do, unless if Zero Rush can mimic clip, then we're good.
Which, that looks to be the avenue Zero Rush is going.
It sure is, so we're going to go ahead and see a mimic clip here by clipping the red mimic through the wall and just making it float out of existence. dazedcloud showing us the potion glitch, where you can unlock the camera and just force all the mimics to walk out of the room, making the game think that they're off the screen.
Yeah, long story short, what dazedcloud is doing with the camera, the game just assumes, like, I don't see any enemies, so they must all be dead.
Right. Meanwhile, and you can see the time difference definitely between the two approaches. Zero Rush does get it done, though, and unfortunately won't find anything here.
Yes, looks like pot is gonna be dry minus that flute, but still, I mean, and temper. No one ever says no to a temper sword.
Right. So, but this does look like we're gonna turn in the flute and start up the mountain. All right, and with that, we do have the duck released on Zero Rush's side. We're going to go ahead and try to take a chunk out of the east sign right there, but fly up the mountain.
I'm trying to think what 4 checks are left on both ways. So we got the big key chests, we got the big chest, we got Harmless Hellway and Helma, I believe, right?
That sounds about right. Yeah. At this point, it looks mountain will give us that access. That is one of the more useless maps, unfortunately. We know that Ganon's Tower will neither be a pendant nor a crystal. I think we find the mirror up here.
Say that again.
I'm gonna predict that we find the mirror up here in Death Mountain.
Yeah, Glover mirrors, like, that's really high on the priority list at this point.
Right. Now, the good news for both of these runners, and granted, we are 46 minutes in, we have not completed a dungeon yet. The good news, I think, for both of our runners is even though you may feel that this seed is being pretty slow, you know that your opponent is going through the exact same thing. Like, none of the checks are really turning up.
Yeah, like you said, like we're 46 minutes in. Like, Key Sanity is one of those modes that really snowballs. Like, it's kind of like a slow starter, but once it gets going, it gets going. Chat pointing out Castle Tower is a dungeon, so we do have one dungeon down.
I suppose that is a fair point.
You do have to do it in an all dungeon seed.
My goodness. We have not seen Ped yet. We do have a book. Can you imagine? Also, that was a pretty empty Paradox Cave.
Yeah, this seed is just nothing Paradox. So I guess next up would be I guess you do Hera, either Hera and then Spike from there, or not Spike, Spiral.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and check out Hera. We do have a fire source, so and we're also gonna. Oh, that's right. We also do have Ether Tablet.
And one of the less necessary small keys if you know your way around Ice Palace. Although Candace Samaria hasn't shown up yet, so
Yeah, Candace Samaria does make Ice Palace a lot more palatable. But yeah, we do need that. Oh, and hey, here's a big key of some kind. Oh,
big.
that is significant. Because yeah, we don't know whether or not it's a pendant or a crystal at this point, but it does give you a couple more. It does give you a little bit more incentive to climb up, even if it's just for the one extra check.
This is not a Haripod stuff I'm used to seeing, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, this is. I've never actually seen the setup. Okay.
Can't argue with the results, though.
There we go. All right. Yeah, that's a new setup, and that's one of the nice things about Haripot. There are so many different ways to be able to set it up. Like it is a really cool trick. It's a really cool glitch. And now, if only that that big key was a good unlock right there.
Meanwhile, dazedcloud's using the more standard Philipot Haripod, though does not get on the first try. But gets it on second.
Well, Zero Rush going ahead and getting to Mothula. With the Temper Sword is just a slash and a spin. Yep, if it works, it works. And there is not progression.
God, what is this?
And for a pendant to boot. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Like, where is the progression? I want to guess back of Skull Woods now, just with that obnoxious fire rod, because the way that unless you find the skull small, you're going to dive into Skull Woods, get the fire rod, save and quit, come back to Skull Woods.
And that could be problematic because the fire rod was blocked by a Skullwood Small, which we don't have yet. Oh, this is a spicy seed.
Oh, Thieves Town is on the menu.
Okay, there we go. There's some sort of progression right there.
But I'm gonna throw some evil out into the world right now. Thieves Small is still at large, and what progressions on Thieves Big Chest?
Oh dear.
Although, I mean, if you take into account what is available and what's not available, like, Thieves Town is probably the densest check available off the top of my head. Or if I want Back of Escape.
Yeah, at this point you do have the Back of Escape, and it's 3 items. You do have... Yeah, you've... I think at that point I would probably go towards Thieves Town, because it's either going to be required anyway as a crystal, or it's a pendant. Now you're sitting at 2 pendants, and maybe the ice rod is on pedestal. There's still a couple outs, at least for Turtle Rock for requirements, but we do need at least the Titan's Mitts and the Cane of Samaria before we can get Mire access for that green pendant.
So you're throwing out Aga and Ice Rod on pedestal? My cup runs over.
All right, and dazedcloud showing off the route that you can take as an alternative to get to Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, this seed is not making anything easy for either of these players.
And this is also This is probably the largest divergence that we've seen from our runners as well. And this is a significant one because both of these are pretty large time investments just to get to the items. Zero Rush, you're going to get a flurry of items or you're going to get a number of items kind of along the way. For dazedcloud, you're going to be going to the back of the dungeon and then getting 3 all at once.
Like, in terms of, like, ability to play the game, like, you know, you got 10 hearts, you got a temper sword, like, that's all fine and dandy, but in terms of routing, this seed is doing nobody any favors.
Right, and the bomb does have to land. There we go. We've got the hole in the wall, and that is that's not progression. All right, but we do have a moment of truth over on dazedcloud's side. Is this where progression has been? The back of escape.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. All right. Thieves Town, Skullwoods, Big Key. And yeah, you've got to slay all the monsters in there to take the long route over to the Maiden Cell.
God, this feels like one of the clunkiest seeds I've seen in a long time. The game's like, you want to route efficiently? Nah, man. There's our gloves.
There is our glove. At the 56-minute mark, we have the power glove.
At 56 minutes, we have the ability to pick things up.
Well, at least it makes this route a little bit quicker, you know, with blind following behind Zero Rush.
We finally have the ability to pick up what the seed's putting down.
Oh my goodness! Now, where's the second one going to end up being?
I don't even know, man. I've given up trying to understand the seed.
That's fair. All right. Meanwhile,
this is the seed's world. We're just living in it.
Right. Meanwhile, very nice blind fight by Zero Rush and getting a piece of heart. For the nice heart refill and the very minor time save, because the game will wait as your hearts refill, as your magic refills, and Zero is already full up.
You know what? I've thought about it. Here's my scenario. You ask where the second gloves are. Thieves Town big chests. Both gloves in Thieves Town.
Oh dear. And Zero Rush gonna go ahead and check out Swamp Palace, or sorry, Skullwoods. Yeah. Nice bomb jump right there. And that's probably gonna be needed, that Turtle Rock small key. Ooh, I don't believe Zero Rush meant to fall in there. We'll be able to get it. Well, maybe meant to, because we'll be able to get a couple items from this side.
Yeah, and so Zero Rush is gonna get his fire rod. This is what I was talking about earlier. Like the seeds just make you do this in the well. Zero Rush has the gloves now, so taking that CAC portal, while still kind of cumbersome, is not as cumbersome as walking all the way back here from Pyramid, so it's not too bad.
That's a good point.
Still kind of cumbersome, but not as bad as it was 5 minutes ago.
Right, especially since you have the flute, so you can go immediately to Kakarika Village. Yeah,
no gloves for almost an hour. It just makes routing just super clunky.
At least we did get crystal number 1 before an hour, with Thieves Town being confirmed to be one of our blue crystals.
Alright, so where to from here? So I want to guess... I want to say back up, go to the Mothula. Or no. Oh, we're going to do desert, yeah.
Yeah, desert feels good at this point. At this point... Yeah, you already checked Skullwoods. Desert's probably the best play, and keeping in mind, dazedcloud is in a little bit of trouble because dazedcloud did get the early fire rod, and it didn't pay out, and now dazedcloud needs to find a Skullwood small key.
Oh, did dazedcloud steal the key from the middle on Skullwoods? Is that what happens?
Yep, that's what happened.
Oh, okay. I remember you saying that. I didn't pay much attention to it earlier. That makes a lot of sense now. So yeah, that is problematic.
Yeah. On the other hand, both of them having identical blind fights, like and literally blind exploding at the exact same spot. Blind is one of those bosses where the fight can be scripted, at least the early part, and both taking down blind with ease. Or what seems to be ease, I guess. Our runners are very experienced. You should go give them a follow.
Yeah, like you're talking about how good both these players are. Like I was saying at the beginning of the seed, the beginning of the seed. Anyone who makes it to this stage of the tournaments, top 64 main tournaments, they are a great player. And that's not to say people who didn't make it to brackets aren't great players. But like to make it the brackets, you are definitely good. I was Daze going for Spike Cave?
You know, it is in logic. Very nice one cycle on Zero Rush's side, though, for Land Molus. Oh, and there, we were just wondering where those gloves were.
Mid's on Pendant Lamo, and I think dazedcloud had a slight error there. Oh, never mind, fairies.
Yep. And meanwhile, that is our other pendant on Hera. So, good news is we have full pendant and crystal knowledge. And there's Mire access. And now Zero is thinking, what if the pedestal has something? It really depends on where that Cane of Samaria is at this point. And Bombos is what's required for Mire, so we haven't seen Quake yet. We might not need Quake, but we'll see.
I say you're in the neighborhood. I say Dip Mire.
I would agree. It's got a lot of chests. You do have a couple keys. You can open it up. Now's going to be probably as good a time. And it's got a decent chance at this point of being progression. Even though the midst does open up a lot more. And yeah, Maiden's chest being the forced first glove. Glove blocked glove. Oh, and dazedcloud actually giving us a catfish for the first time.
Let's see what the catfish has got. Mirror! Oh, boy!
Oh, no! Well, that's interesting.
Because you see Zero Rush getting those mitts on Llamas, like you think, like, oh, Zero Rush, that gives Zero Rush a huge lead, and like it might still give him a lead, but now that dazedcloud has mid or mirror on Catfish, that's not exactly an easy check to get to at this point for Zero Rush.
Yeah. Now, on the other hand, that unlocks a lot of checks now for dazedcloud that are not the mitts.
That's true.
But it's at least also something that it would also take Zero Rush a lot of time to check, especially with so many items outstanding still and keys. Because Turtle Rock, we only have a max of one small key at this point, and we know it's a crystal at this point.
Yeah, and so one small key gets you to the Chain Chomp room?
Yes. Yep, that's correct.
Look at me knowing key logic. I'll pay attention to the Metro Tournament training yesterday.
Hey, there you go. And, ooh, so there's another Myra small key over on dazedcloud's side. Now, that may still get dazedcloud over towards the desert area.
Oh, yeah, Daze has swamp access.
Ooh, that's a good point. And if Pod has a lot of items, Swamp also has a lot of items. It is very nice though for our runners, you know, to finally have the seed start to open up. And there's our first shield over on Zero Rush's side.
Yeah, I guess that was bound to happen eventually. I don't have anything in particular against shields, but I know it's fun to have something against shields, so I'm there for that ride.
Zero Rush is giving us a good tour though of Meyer, and we'll be able to clear it out except for Vitreous.
Unless this is Kane. Unless we got vanilla Kane, we do not.
No, but I mean, hey, we'll take Butter Sword. We'll take that golden sword.
Butter Sword is nice, but like at the same time, there's like probably like half a dozen things you'd rather see at this point. It looks like Zero might be taking the trip to Mothula. Then if I want to try to guess here, might take the North Dark World route to Catfish, although without being able to check. I could check. No, okay, no mirror. Never mind. I'm thinking out loud.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it will kind of come down to when does Zero Rush decide to go check Catfish. dazedcloud opting though to go ahead and set up to do left side swamp and go ahead and do a diver down.
Yeah, and choosing not to leave anything to chance. Like left side swamp is like a very common snare for a lot of players.
Especially if you've got the hook shot and you know that these are not necessarily going to be the map and compass for this dungeon. Unlike in non-key sanity or non-MC boss shuffle modes. Very nice full magic drop right there over on Zero Rush's side.
Yeah, very nice Gibdo.
Now, Zero Rush just have to be... Well, actually, Zero Rush is going to be all right. Just don't use swords. Don't do sword spins with that golden sword.
Nice and easy. Desert Small. Ooh,
there's... Ooh, that's not a fun location for when Zero Rush checks this. And yeah, that's going to bring dazedcloud, I think, a little bit more to desert at this point.
Yeah, because outside of the torch, which is nothing, dazedcloud can do a full clear of desert at this point.
And just 10 arrows over in Skull Woods. That clears out Skull Woods completely. But with those Titan's Mitts, you've got a couple options. Gonna be fluting away. Okay, we're looking at Ice Palace.
You're gonna see some, probably going for a bomb refill, I would imagine. No. Okay. That is some faith in your skills. Like, one bomb doing IPVJ.
Yeah, I mean, and granted, there are a couple spots where you can pick up some bombs. But, yeah, that's pretty interesting.
And map, like, the game is sending dazedcloud just like giant neon signs to go to desert. Now that Dave's got their map.
Right, because as a fun fact, the map and compass for a dungeon have to be logically before you get the dungeon prize, if I remember correctly. And that is a good point. Dazed is still on the look for a Skull Woods small key because they're borrow one from the back. Very quick Argus fight, though, for phase 1. And Zero has one bomb to do this. So this might be a one-shot. Oh, and there's the cane of Samaria.
Oh, boy.
There is that cane. So this what we're seeing from Zero Rush. dazedcloud's going to be taking a slightly different route through here. And Zero... First try.
Only try.
Yep, all you need is one if you get it right.
Okay, so now Dave will be able to do Meyer in a single shot. Hey, another pod small.
Yep. We still need a couple of those. Just some bombs over in K45. And yeah.
I guess, go ahead, sorry.
And yeah, this has felt like one where there's not really a clear leader, but it feels like that not clear leader is changed so many times already just over the past half hour.
Oh, speaking of pod.
Well then.
Yeah, like this has been a tough one to read on like up until I think past there's the boots.
Well, that one was worth it. So that mirror, that mirror, it looks like, is becoming more and more of an inflection point for this seed.
Yeah, so I'd say the longer it takes Zero to go over to Catfish is time for Dazed. Because now Dazed can do a 1-2 punch of Desert and Misery Mire.
Right, and plus, we'll be able to make a couple more checks over here, and heck, can warp right back to the beginning. So yeah, between the boots, between the mirror with quick movement. Oh, Zero Rush not having any bombs, so couldn't do the bomb jump.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's not going to feel great, and Zero Rush is going to go ahead and climb back through the dungeon to get to that spot.
Well, Tekken needs to still check Ice-T, I believe.
Zero Rush has checked Ice-T. The only things that we're missing right now are Cold Stare and that Freeze War room.
Oh, okay, Freeze War, okay. I would say Freeze War. It always sounds like some B-grade comic book hero from the 60s.
It really does. It's a good thing we got that very early hook shot. All right, so dazedcloud is going to go ahead and set up for a combination of sword spins and very well done.
All right, so right now, item-wise, in regular item-wise, Daze just needs a bow and ice rod and a handful of keys.
And potentially Quake.
Yep.
Yeah. However, okay, and dazedcloud's going to go ahead and go to Mire.
Yeah, no reason not to.
Yeah, not only does it give you the extra item from the green pendant turn-in, but now you've got pedestal available to you. Meanwhile, over on Zero Rush's side, Cold Stare just melts like butter to the butter sword and picks up the crystal.
That's crystal number 3 for Zero Rush. Yeah, so right now the crux of how the rest of the seed plays out is 1 to 0 Rush go check that catfish.
And I don't think Zero Rush has a whole lot else as well, so that could help. We do have a big key here. Oh, we're going to need that one.
Yep, definitely. Looks like Zero Rush is going to do Dark Death Mountain now.
Okay, I do like this play. It takes a while to get up there, but it's got great item density, so...
Yeah, especially with that hook shot. So you got 2 in Super Bunny, you've got 4 in hook shots, you got Powder on Floating Islands. You have at least a couple checks in TR. I believe 4 checks?
Yeah. Now that being said, without the mirror, Floating Island is not viable, and Mimic Cave is out as well. So, but this could still work out okay for Zero, but really need that mirror. And even for the Canis Samaria, dazedcloud is going to show us, and we do have double bombos today, so we don't need that quake. And good point. Turtle Rock is out because Zero Rush does not have Kane.
Just hover the front room.
Hover all the things. dazedcloud is showing us Icebreaker to walk through that wall and show us a quicker route through Ice Palace.
Oh, we got Harris Mall, we got Coffee Break, and another pod key. Now, did Zero Rush open the front door of pod, or he did Mimic Clip, didn't he?
Yes. Zero Rush has done everything except for Harmless Hellway, Center Chest, the Big Key Chest, and Helmosaur. And there's our third shield.
Ooh. Guess you go to, well no, you can't, well yeah, you can do Spike Cave from here. Yeah, I guess Spike Cave would be the final stop on this route.
Yeah, now it's going to be the best chance to do that. And in my relatively short career, I think that's the first time I've seen someone slay a Lionel.
Yeah, you don't see it too often.
All right, and dazedcloud gonna go ahead and work on Cold Stare. A little bit less armored because the Butter Sword is in the Misery Mire big chest, but overall not too bad.
Daze is gonna have to use some Sword Beam strats here to melt Cold Stare. No, he's got Bombos, never mind. I'm dumb.
All right, Bombos is honestly, I do like Bombos when, especially if I've got if I don't have half magic. Now our racers could still find half magic just with the sword mode, and Cold Stare's not really cooperating there, but does take down Cold Stare just fine and picks up the crystal.
Oh, Smith Chain. Oh, mirrorless Smith Chain.
Ooh.
See, this is why no one likes catfish.
Nope, just saying hi to the sick kid right there over on Zero's side.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe Zero Rush is overlooking catfish on the tracker, going to the back of tavern like that. Kind of curious.
Right. Although the that's another pod small key over on Zero Rush's side. And with Zero Rush's route, by doing Hammer Yump, that's going to be all the small keys needed for pod. Just need a bow.
Okay, looks like Zero Rush is heading east, so I feel good. Never mind.
Yeah, it looks like gonna finish up the Smith chain now. Hopefully this is more of a world tour, but with the flute, you're probably gonna be flying to the dam after this, so. You also do have dazedcloud gonna go ahead and give us the lumberjack ledge, which I think was a small key.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
All right, we'll see the nature as to that small key.
GT, okay.
Hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, depending on how buried that big key is, that could be pretty pivotal.
All right, and yeah, Zero Rush making unfortunately it's the wrong play, but does make a good play to go ahead and choose to flute to turn in the purple chest. Hopefully, again, for Zero Rush will need to go to Catfish to pick up the mirror, which does open up a lot of the seed from there, including the Cane of Samaria.
Oh, you were just talking about half magic.
Yep. Not going to say no to half magic, but unfortunately, that is not progression.
Yeah, it's nice, but does not solve the problem at hand.
Yeah. Now, Zero Rush is going back to the Dark World, it looks like, so this could be the Catfish play right here. I also don't know what else is available, honestly.
If you check some pod, I'm hoping that's not where he's going.
Yeah, although that probably would have been a flute to 5 at that point, so...
That's true, yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay, looks like we're back on track.
All right, excellent. So this is, although Hookshot being out still worries me. Never mind, we're good. We're fine. This seed has been an adventure. That is absolutely correct.
Yeah, the first hour of this seed was just like, yeah, no gloves. It just is an absolute snare as far as routing goes, because there's just no way to route well when you don't have gloves for an hour. Oh, I honestly thought Zero Rush missed the Catfish there for a second.
Yep. All right, and at 126.50, and Zero Rush is going to start on the pyramid. Having picked up that mirror, that does mean since you've defeated Ganon, that you do respawn on the pyramid if you save and quit in the Dark World. But yeah, now Zero Rush is going to go ahead and go into Swamp, and potentially actually go ahead and do the Bombo's tablet first, but...
Now, you have to keep in mind, Dazed is still out one Skullwood small key.
Ooh, that is a good point, and that could be that could still be buried.
And I think until we see otherwise, that's kind of Zero Rush's ticket back in.
Yeah, because at this point, Zero Rush, having just gotten that mirror, will be able to catch up pretty quickly from what dazedcloud's had done relatively recently. So this is going to be an adventure of a seed. Or going to be, this is an adventure.
So this will be crystal number 4 for Zero Rush. I think what was it? Desert Small. Although Desert Small didn't leave anything. No, yeah, no, Turtle Rock Big.
Yep.
So, hopefully get that left side check. Meanwhile, Days is showing us some spooky action on their side.
Very well done. All right, I'm pulling out the cape. Not a whole lot of magic, but we'll be able to dash through the eyeballs here a lot. And Vitreous is a pretty tanky boss. I mean, it takes 8 golden sword slashes to take down Vitreous.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's the only boss in the game to survive a silver arrow hit besides Ganon.
That is correct. I think it's 128 hit points, and each silver arrow does 100, so that's why we need 2. And that is all 3 pendants over on dazedcloud's side.
If only Days had that skull small, because you could kill Molecule and do a ped pull at the same time.
Right, and I'm wondering if dazedcloud opts to do that. Now, we still need an ice rod somewhere. So, and it might be on Laser Bridge, where ice rods feel like they tend to be. But yeah, what about? Yeah, this is gonna be a spicy finish, kind of all the way. It's been a really interesting seed to watch, kind of this entire race. So, really looking forward, kind of as we start getting pretty deep into the seed. Answering a question for chat, we have seen Eastern Palace for the Lamp and the Pearl. However, we have not been able to complete it quite yet.
Yeah, we're missing that bow. Which I really guess probably gonna be in TR. That's the densest area left.
Yep, and dazedcloud gonna get the good news that you can go into Turtle Rock.
Okay, Zerorush did do left side swamp, so now Zerorush has his Desert Small, which will let him get his Turtle Rock Big out of Desert Palace. I think Daisy going back for the powder.
Yeah, I think at this point, I mean, it does open up another check, and especially if you're looking for, since you're looking for a key that can very well be buried, I think this makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, because at this point you don't have a whole lot left to do. There's still a couple items you're looking for. It's one of those, you just don't want to leave anything to chance at this point.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and see. We're gonna see Hera big key chest. It looks like over on dazedcloud's side, right after we get the spectacle rock.
There's our last TR or yeah. Well, if we're skipping lava chests, that's the last TR key we need.
Yep, and dazedcloud gonna go ahead and take that and just walk right past the Hera basement. I like that play. I like this order. It's still pretty quick to get back to Hera from a completed Turtle Rock. As long as you're still on the mountain. The coffee break room does take a while, though, so for one item check. But this can be This is going to be pretty interesting. Meanwhile, Zero Rush is giving us an Argus fight. And a very quick... That is just barely a 1-cycle Argus fight instead of a 0-cycle. Very well done.
I was going to say, like, you said Zero Rush is giving us an Aga fight. Unfortunately, Argus is not.
Did I say Aga? Yep, I meant Argus, the other one.
I might misquote you. Like, I was just joking. Like, Zero Rush showing us an Argus fight. Argus, however, is not.
I mean, to be fair, I am the one who said The Legend of Zelda, the one where it's the water for Wind Waker.
Well, fun fact, that was actually the working title of Wind Waker in production.
All right, and Zero Rush is going to get these boots as well. So that's going to be good news. And there's that bow. Item-wise, we are just an Ice Rod from Go Mode.
Yeah, I say you're here. I say roll the dice on Ice Rod being here too.
Yeah, you've got another 9 checks you can make, so I agree. Go for it.
And still consecutive bows.
Wow.
Back-to-back bows.
All right, that's incredible right there.
God, if Ice Rod is here too, that is just a gold mine.
All right, meanwhile, Zero Rush is going to go ahead and check all the boots checks. Yeah, does Dazed Cloud burn one for Lava Chest?
I would probably go Trimax. Well, I mean, you might maybe go Trimax. That's the tricky part. But it looks like he is taking that key and running with it.
Yep, and there was that moment of hesitation. Do I go? Never mind.
Yeah, that's a spicy gamble, especially not having Ice Rod, because, like, you know, don't want to be that guy, but what if Ice Rod was there in the lava chest? Although he wouldn't be able to get the Trimax, so it's like,
Yeah, this seed is one of second guessing.
Like, do you burn the key and get the Ice Rod, but you can't get the Trimax, or do you skip the lava chest and save the key for the Trimax you can't get to?
Right. Or what happens if the last TR small key is here?
And then Ice Rod's on lava chest.
Right. Okay, it's not.
That's the double whammy.
All right, and Zero Rush, it looks like is going to go check what is on pedestal. We are getting a ped check, folks. Get that hype in chat.
There it is.
We are just an Ice Rod from Go Mode.
Big Key Swamp. Ooh, what if that's our Ice Rod? Oh, Swamp Big is our Ice Rod.
Oh, that's not what you want to see. You want to see, like, I mean, I guess you want to see Couch Cash or something like that, but yeah, that is still some hype right there. This game.
And this seed has some jokes.
We had first Skullwoods key. What about second?
We've already had a Skullwoods key.
All right. So what's going to be on Laser Bridge? It can't be half magic just because we already got that half magic from the purple chest turn-in that Zero Rush did.
Chad says 2 Ice Rods. Oh my god!
And 138.52, we are in go mode.
Oh, good lord.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, how good do you feel of your Dazed Cloud right now?
Oh, I'm just imagining the sigh of relief right there. So, and also, you know, after the game is hinting at pedestal or pendant dungeons, yeah, not needed. Or at least green pendant and the ped.
Ooh, Trinex jukes the fire rod. And like I was saying before, back when we were like just shy of an hour in, and it was like felt like it was going nowhere. Key sanity seeds just always snowball.
Right. Now to be fair, this is Turtle Rock, and Dazed Cloud has successfully collected crystal number 4. We are, on Dazed Cloud's side, we are going to be full clearing the game. And Zero Rush is going to also, looks like, yeah, Zero Rush going towards Turtle Rock, so we'll also be entering, Oh, is Zero Rush going to go ahead and check out the basement? It's reasonable. I absolutely get it. It just, unfortunately, is going to be the wrong call.
I mean, anyone should be able to reasonably guess that like half the games I have turned to rock. But like, yeah, I mean, who could see that coming? Like, Turtle Rock had just, you know, here, have the game.
Yep. And to confirm in chat, that is correct. The Ganon's Tower Big Key will be in Ganon's Tower tonight. So we could still see some interesting some situations where we need a GT small key if someone takes one route versus another.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Also, there was another Skullwood small in Hera Basement.
So all the Skullwood smalls were stashed on Death Mountain in one way or another.
Right. What is the seed?
I don't know, man. Like I said before, this is the Seeds world. We're just living in it. Well, Zero Rush is about to discover half the game's items here.
Right, and all of the required remaining items especially, and we'll also be getting silvers. It's gonna feel really good getting this bow. Ooh. Yeah, no, Zero Rush will also check the top part to see, to still look for the ice rod. That is crystal number 5, however, on Dazed Cloud side.
Alright, knocking out Helma. And while Dazed Cloud is wrapping up dungeons, make sure you give both these racers a follow. You got 2 fantastic players here putting on the show for us tonight on this bizarre seed. Let's call it bizarre. And feel free to follow my co-commentator, Sorcerer Finch, myself, Lucy and Grief, and our tracker tonight, Lopoi, who has been, you know, in silence, just watching the insanity with the rest of us, but also has to keep track of everything.
Pushing the buttons, keeping us honest.
Yeah, because without the tracker, us as commentators, we'd be forced to actually remember things.
Right, and frankly, I'm not very good at remembering things.
Yeah, who's got time to remember things? Like, how many keys does this person have?
All right, and we are getting a lava chest check from zerorush right here.
$20.
That checks out.
Now, zerorush does have all 4 of his TR keys, though, so there is no harm, no foul there.
Right, and especially in zerorush's case, you've got all the keys, so you can check it. You're still looking for that ice rod. You're hoping it's gonna pop up, and the good news is that it will. But I am curious if our racers, if one, both, or none of our racers feel ahead or behind.
That's true. That's a good point. I would guess if I was dazedcloud, I would feel like, 'cause catfish is just one of those like real wonky. It really just depends on what I'm feeling on a given day, kind of checks. Like I don't think there's any like real set. There's not much said in the way of when do I check catfish, and like, you know, it's weird.
Right. Also, don't blink. You'll miss King Helmasaur going down, and let's just get another heart container, and that is crystal number 6. Let's go ahead and mirror and do Eastern.
Did Maya have anything important? I don't believe so.
Meyer had the golden sword.
Oh, yeah.
And golden sword does make it, even if it isn't a huge increase in damage versus like the master to the tempered sword, it does make a 1-in-1 against Ganon, where you can take down phase 1 and 2 of Ganon in Ganon's first attacks. It does make that much easier.
I think that's like the only mercy the seed has granted us is like this is going to be a super fast Ganon fight.
Right. Now I'm half wondering where is red mail?
I want to say vanilla.
That would check out. And actually, and dazedcloud had done it. zerorush showing us right now. One of the nice things about the mirror shield right there. There's the good news for zerorush, and at 147.01, that is. Oh, and well, really glad that we don't need that small key for Thief's Hound, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, 147.01, zerorush is also in go mode.
Honestly, not like looking at like dazedcloud obviously it has a fairly sizable lead, but like you think with all the extra time taking a look at that mirror, like it's not as, you know, a bad GT time could you know, change the tides.
Right. Well, and especially if you run out of keys in GT and have to go through the world to look for more. However, that is crystal number 7 for dazedcloud. Get your numbers into chat. A number between 1 and 22. Where is the GT big key? We will be going off of dazedcloud's tracker. Lucian, what do you think?
The seed has done us almost no favor so far, so I want to guess 22. And I'm not saying that because I always guess 22. I feel like the seed is something special.
All right, and I will go ahead and guess 9. I have no scientific basis for that other than, hey, it's a 9.
Ooh, love that 7th crystal music for the Twilight Princess MSU. So yeah, so Zero Rush is a Go mode, Pod, and Eastern behind Days right now.
Right, and Go mode Pod, it's not too bad to start to get to the boss. Eastern's gonna feel pretty slow, but at least Zero Rush did pick up those boots. If this were still bootsless, Zero Rush didn't check Bombo's tablet, then I don't see really a way for Zero Rush to catch up. But there is still a chance.
Yeah, so in the context of tournament keys, I don't know. With 2 keys, I assume there's definitely some pitfalls that Days can fall into in terms of key logic.
Yeah. Now for this, oh, there's red mail.
Well, that was close. It was French vanilla.
Yep. Now I do like this route from dazedcloud because it costs 1 key and it gets you 6 items, or 7 if you want to do tower room.
Yeah, and Days will be able to recoup that key going into the warp tile after the compass room.
Right. So, yeah, in this particular key sanity mode, this route does work out pretty nicely. We are at 2 so far. All right, and we are at 6, so we'll go ahead and grab that key from right here and check the left side.
Yeah, so that's a break even on keys. Right, there's 7.
And meanwhile, King Helmasaur going down on Zero Rush's side. So that will be crystal number 6 for Zero Rush. Well, so much for science. Oh, but that small key to this dungeon, that's going to come in handy. So that's going to open up a lot more checks now.
Ooh, leaving that full magic behind. I'd say picking up that small key pretty much seals, basically plugs up any potential holes in this route.
Yep. Yeah, we're good now on dazedcloud side. All right, so that was check number 11. All right, 12. We are close to the quest for 20 hearts. All right, 12, 13.
Another small key. And there it is.
There we go. Number 14. Also, how about those 2 GT small keys in Ganon's tower? Let me go ahead and scroll back through chat real quick. For 14, we had Thymas and we had Ethan26. GG to the 2 of you for getting it correctly. You win a lifetime of Link to the Past Randomizer seeds. And, 15 plus the torch check. You're right. I'm not good at math.
The monkey's paw twist in that wish is you win a lifetime supply of Link to the Past Randomizer seeds, but they're all this seed.
Oof. And chat correcting me, I cannot math tonight. I apologize. So 15 +1 for the torch is 16 instead, so VXR and BAM 7503. GG to you. All right, and y'all also win a link to the past randomizer seeds. Unfortunately, again, it is this one. In fact, everyone wins this one.
Our gift to you. Yeah, at this point, because I think it's like our obligation as commentators to just foresee any potential scenarios playing out. Like it would take something catastrophic, like a bunch of Moldorm falls or a Ganon fall, for this to play out any differently.
Because Zero Rush is likely going to go ahead and don't get us wrong, because Zero Rush is still very much in this race. Is about half of the Ganon's tower behind, probably 2/3 at this point. Really depends on Zero Rush's route, but I think Zero Rush will also go to the right first, just for the 6 items with 1 key. But it was also a very quick pod and Eastern kill right there. All right, there's the red armor for Zero Rush as well. Actually, yeah, getting those 2 small keys in Ganon's tower does allow you to just go ahead and go from here. Get our refills, take down the second Moldorm.
No Troll Dorm today.
Very well done.
Yeah, so outside some Ganon shenanigans. I was trying to turn that into a pun, but I'm too tired.
Nice triple, though.
Very nice.
All right, 3 + 2.
Shenanigans?
Yeah, that checks out. But a 3, 2, 1, and with that, Aghanim falls. Ganon is revealed to have been Aghanim this entire time, and we summon the duck into the light world.
Wait, Aga was Ganon? Or Ganon was Aga?
Yeah, I'm sorry for spoiling this for a 30-year-old game. But yeah, also 0 blue balls from Aghanim that time. All right, and that's 6 hits. That's all you need for phase 1. And dazedcloud is just swinging away at Ganon. 6 hits with the golden sword. Makes it very easy to get a one-on-one cycle for Ganon. And just a couple more hits for good measure.
Man, who would have thought an hour ago, with like how slow this seems progressing, that it would just all come together in the second hour?
Right. And that is one of the really cool things about Key Sanity that you had mentioned earlier. Just it snowballs so quickly, and it snowballs so quickly. And Silver is very nice fire rod torch glitch right there.
Alright, and that is it. The pig is roasted. Get your GGs in the chat for dazedcloud, who takes game 1 versus Zero Rush. Assuming... Okay, we're fine.
Yep. And get your GGs in chat as dazedcloud officially finishes with a time of 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 1 second. And then right afterwards, Zero Rush did put in a forfeit. Absolutely understandable. And so hopefully we will get them both in the chat here momentarily.
Yeah, I understand. Like, I wouldn't want to play the rest of the seed either. We are joined in chat by dazedcloud. GG, Dazed.
GG's, guys. That was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
That was one of the clunkiest opening hours to a seed I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, I spent the first hour of that seed just trying to be like, okay, seed, what the heck do you want me to do? Like I go back to, in my head, I'm going, all right, it's Aga. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to rush it. So I get all the way through Eastern, everything's fine. Then I get the mushroom, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing this. And then that's flippers, and I'm going, well, maybe it's not Aga. And then you get into Dark World, and it's just like, good friggin' luck, man. Like, you had to go to, pod was the right play, but like, you don't want to go to pod there. I didn't want to go to pod there, so I ended up doing everything else, and yeah, and the whole time I'm in my head, I'm just thinking, I'm racing Zero Rush. Like, Zero is, I watched Zero so much over the years, right? Like, I've seen him do unbelievable, crazy things. So in my head, I'm just going, oh dear God, I'm racing Zero Rush. This is like, and it's just this clunky, awful opening, and I'm wanting, like the whole time, I'm like, don't panic, everything's fine. Don't panic, everything's fine. When I finished, I literally had to get up and walk around my apartment for like 10 minutes just to like try to calm down. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the good things about the delay, about the 10-minute delay, is you get a chance to unwind, especially after a seed like that.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'll say I would say like the game making play from you was checking catfish pretty early on.
I mean, I didn't have much open at that point. Like once I got the first glove out of Thieves Town there, pretty much the only things I could do were to go to Spike Cave and Catfish. Like, I could do Desert, but it's not in Logic, so I didn't want to do it yet. Like in that case, usually I just rush the dungeon, but like when I'm so locked, there's progression on one of those two spots. And so I was like, all right, well, I did Spike Cave first, didn't get it, and then I'm like, it's really on Catfish. All right, fine. So I walked up there and I got the mirror, and then I'm kind of going like, all right, well, I guess mirror spots and swamp, so Graveyard Ledge and then down to swamp, and that's kind of, swamp got me the desert small, and right about then it's just like, go to desert, go to desert, go to desert. And then at that point it was just, find what you needed. That mire dip felt so bad. I'm going in there just hoping for a Turtle Rock key or an Ice Rod or something, but or bow or something, and I got none of it. And then I'm just going, I'm like, well, there's 5 minutes I'm not getting back.
Well, you mentioned Turtle Rock. Let's talk about Turtle Rock. Like, consecutive bows.
Oh. I was completely focused like the entire time. I get the first bow, I'm just like, yep, okay, makes sense. I get the second bow, and then I start laughing. I'm just like, oh, come on, game, you stupid thing. Yeah, I mean, the game likes being cute occasionally. And like the whole time I'm going through Turtle Rock, I'm just going, please have Ice Rod in here. And yeah, luckily it was down there at the bottom. I'm praying the whole time that like Zero had come up there with like only 2 Turtle Rock keys.
Yeah, so Turtle Rock, Zero did come up to Turtle Rock with all the keys. So was able to check Lava Chest, which was 20 rupees. But yeah, the location of that and of the Skull Woods keys as well, and then they're all there. And you didn't. I don't think you did Hera Basement. That was another Skull Woods small key.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean that was gonna be my checks. Like if I the whole time I was trying to put off Turtle Rock as much as I could, because I didn't necessarily want to go to I didn't really want to go to. Well, okay, so I was putting off Turtle Rock because we had Agassiz, and because it was an Agassiz, I didn't necessarily want to rush Turtle Rock, because if I jump into Turtle Rock, I can't save my portal at all. So like if it's not in there, it's going to be a big time loss at that point. So I was trying to put it off as much as I felt comfortable. So that's kind of why I went to Meyer. Kind of why I thought about doing Ped and Green Pendant at that point, but I'm like, that's a bridge too far, and they're both in the light world, so theoretically, if I get through Turtle Rock and I don't get it, I could go check it after. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just I'm happy to survive game 1. We'll have to figure out when we're gonna do game 2. But yeah, that was a hell of a run. Scary, very scary.
Yeah, like we're like joking, like because like we're like 56 minutes in when you got your first glove, and we're talking how slow of an opening it was. Like the second hour though, just bam, 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 bam.
I mean, that was the thing. I was looking at everything I had. I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting all my big keys. I mean, I'm getting down to the end, and I'm just going, okay, like, I need Ice Rod, and I need bows, and after that, it's just gonna be like, finish those other dungeons as quickly as you possibly can, and I guess I just did just enough, so.
I'm looking at the trackers. You actually did an AB keys seed. Zero Rush did not finish out Meyer, so that's an extra dungeon you did and still came out on top.
Well, I mean, it's an extra viddy. Yeah, I mean, I really thought about bailing before that, but it was Green Pendant, so I kind of was like, you know what, let me put that in my back pocket just in case, and pray that Zero doesn't rush TR and find everything. And yeah, luckily I came out on top this time. But I mean, it's Zero Rush. I'm expecting this to go 3 games. I really am. I'm gonna try not to make it go 3 games, but I am expecting it to go 3 games.
Nope, it's gotta take whatever Rando gives you.
Oh, yep. Well, guys, I am going to go get my day started. Thanks for the restream. Thanks for comms. I didn't catch who was tracking tonight, but, thanks to all of you for getting this all set up.
absolutely.
Thank you for on the show. I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, yeah, I was going to do the same thing. Thank you very much for racing, and congrats to you, and best of luck for you and for Zero Rush for y'all's next seed. And also special thanks to Lepoy, who was tracking for us today, pressing the buttons, keeping us honest, especially with all the keys and the sanity that we had here.
This seed was insanity. It definitely lived up to its name.
It really did. So I think that's going to go ahead and start wrapping it up for us. This is the last Link to the Past randomizer race that we have for this evening. Looking at the schedule tomorrow, starting at 10:10 a.m. Eastern, all the way through looks like 6:10. We're going to have a lot of races over here on the Speed Gaming channel. So be sure to get a follow to Speed Gaming. That's this channel, as well as Speed Gaming 2 through 6. And again, it was great Great race. Lucian, great calming with you. Thank you so much for co-commentating. And yeah, have the final word.
Not much else to say. The seed did a lot of talking for us. But I had a good time here tonight with you as well.
Yeah, and y'all have a great rest of the day.
Have a great night, everyone.